Hey guys, today we are covering some more fun NET sprays. So today's number 10. Number 10 is scars and adhesions, and this bad boy is actually super duper helpful because if you've been in the natural health field for long enough, you know that scars are a really tough cookie to work with because, especially if you're doing any energy work or any muscle testing, those sorts of things, scars have a tendency to build up. They're like a little capacitor. And so what that means from a battery standpoint is the lines of energy that come across the body, as those tend to build up, what happens is randomly that little battery that's been built up in that scar tissue randomly will kick out energy and just like seize up the different systems. And for those of you who are familiar with these lines of energy and the fact that it seizes up lines of energy along the lines of where the scar tissues are at, that means it can actually affect any part along the entire body, right? So maybe a scar on your left shoulder is affecting your right toe, and that's totally weird and crazy in the way that it works, but that's just how it works. So scars are a really profound and difficult thing to work with if you're not familiar with, and or if your body's doing something weird where it should be working normally and you're getting these weird things that are happening. Scars are oftentimes the result of that weird stuff happening. So scars and adhesions is a great spray to be able to kind of manage and work with those weird sort of symptoms. Specifically, some of the indications include things like neck pain, low back pain, hot discs in the low back, any sort of spinal discomfort, right? So the adhesion component means some sort of like, as you're moving, something's like holding on to you and you're not able to like get something moving. So those adhesions oftentimes are associated with that spinal column. Skin conditions oftentimes are associated with this. Varicose veins, ulcers. This is kind of a fun one. Insect bites and stings. You can apply it and spray it directly on the skin, as well as internal adhesions. So, for example, in my clinical practice, I regularly have people come in with digestive issues where maybe they've had a section of their colon removed, or they had some sort of an infection in their colon that ended up having a bunch of scar tissue on the inside of their colon. That's a tough one to work with, but scars and adhesions would be really helpful and indicated in a situation like that. Hiatal hernia, which is the stomach kind of shoving up inside, getting kind of stuck, whether it be from physical trauma, falling over and ramming something into your gut, or constipation, holding tight and stiff, or just stress, and you shrink up the esophagus and the stomach squeezes up inside. Hiatal hernia is a really common thing that I work with and help people kind of stabilize and get better in relation to that. Also, knee, ankle, and wrist pain are really commonly associated with the scars and adhesion piece. So scars from surgery, again, are a huge factor. If you've had a surgery, or if you've had some sort of big cut and you've got a scar that has tissue both internally or externally, it could be causing you problems. Also, arthritis or chronic joint pain is often associated with that adhesion component, because those shoulders or those knees, those chronic joint pains may be coming from inflamed tissue that has become so inflamed and so either big, or it's adhering to those other tissues so you can't move. It's making it really tight. Kind of that idea or that feeling. Those are going to be associated with this idea of this spray. And so the beauty of this one, oftentimes there are lots of things that I'll do for scars. You can do like lasers topically, you can massage it, there are cool tools you can get in and just, they have like vibrating massagers that have specific frequencies that break up scar tissues. I do injection therapies on scar tissues. There's a lot of different things you can do. This is a really great, gentle, conservative, simple perspective, easy place to start. So you can spray it topically right on the scar or the adhesion, the joints, the tissues. You can spray it internally, do it away from food, just a few minutes, because that's how homeopathy works. This is a great remedy for all those things. Like and subscribe. Please stay tuned for our next video.